everybody. How are you doing? Come on in, come on in. I just wanted to come on quickly just to literally show you guys what came in today. Can you guess what it is? For those that are joining, listen here. I'm Nekia Foxx from Nekia Foxx & Company, where I help amazing women and men transform from the inside out. So today, guess what came on? Literally, guess what just came off the press that came in today? Hey, mother, how are you doing? Hey, 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 Nisha. Hey, hey, hey. Blessings. So listen here, you guys. I want to show you what came in today in the mail. Blessings. I hope everybody is having an amazing day. I hope your Tuesday is taking you to the next level. I hope literally your dreams are blowing your mind. I literally hope God is taking you to places that man has not seen, the doors that are opening on your behalf. So let me turn it around. Hey, Pee-wee, hey, auntie. Let me turn it around, you all. Let me turn it around. Let me show you what came in today. Let me show you. Well, let me show you my beauty. Aren't these beautiful? This is so beautiful, right? Aren't those beautiful? But I want to show you. Guess what came in today? God does not want you to be broke. Listen. Yes, that's right. You see me at the top right-hand corner. You see me at the top. Yes, so I am a part. This is my second best-selling anthology that I have collaborated. Blessings, Queen Rashawn, blessings. I have collaborated with 20 amazing women that are telling you stories on how you can be able to live the life that God has told you that your birthright to be able to live. So God does not want you to be broke. I thank Sade White Adu for this opportunity. This is a massive thing. The stories in this book are so amazing. Listen here, God does not want you to be broke. Just came in the mail. So you guys, I'm ready to start shipping these out. For those that are pre-order, your orders will be out in the mail. Listen here, it just came in. God does not want you to be broke. I am one of your co-authors. This is a best-selling book. And look at the other queen, Anna. Blessings to you. And so much of the other queens. Listen, to be amongst your peers. Hello, Shonda Kane. To be amongst all of your peers from different walks of life. Dr. Gail. Literally powerful women from across. Sierra Miller from across the world. God is literally showing up in this season, and he's giving us the blueprint to be able to live this life the way God has deemed us to. So if you are ready for your copy of God Does Not Want You to Be Broke, there goes your co-author right there, Nekia Foxx. Hey, Hope, how you doing? It just came straight off the press, so you can go on my website and order at www.nekiafoxx.com. Go to the shop area, and you will see that in my online store. So it just came off the press. God does not want you to be broke. Second time best-selling author. This is the second book. I'm so excited for all that's going to come with this book. The stories in here of women that have walked through the same path as you, to share their powerful testimonies of losing it all, having the courage to believe in better. Because listen here, Olivia, this is the thing. I do my best to live what I talk on, and no, every day is not a good day. But when you've gone through stages of your life when you have lost it all, and you understand that it is so much bigger than the external things, and that's why my platform for Miss Florida is all about transformation from the inside out, being able to really change your life. That's right, God. Let's show you that. God does not want you to be broke. Transformation from the inside out. God does not want us to be broke. Listen, mentally, emotionally, or financially. He's giving us all of the abundance internally. Every single thing we need, we already have. Hello, Rashonda. Blessings. Thank you. Thank you. Blessings, beautiful. Thank you. Hello, Kathy Amos. It just came straight off the press. Second best-selling book that I'm a part of. This is Nekia Foxx right here in the corner amongst 20 amazing women from across the world. The head of it all, Sade White Adu, the brand strategist, international speaker, listen, this is our season to be able to take our lives to the next level. This is our season for God to show up like never before. This is our season where you literally will be able to live the life that you have been dreaming of for years. If you are willing to transform from the inside out, if you're willing to, blessings, Queen Kathy. How are you doing, Queen? How are you? Hello, mother. Listen, they just came in, so I'll be shipping these out. You can go on my website and get your copy at NekiaFoxx.com. We will be shipping all of this powerful word and messages out to all of the beautiful men and women. I was just coming in. Let me tell you how funny this is. I was just coming in last night, and a gentleman stopped me and said, listen here, do you write books? And I was like, do I write books? And I was like, oh my goodness, how did he know that? Listen, you don't know who is watching you. You don't know who is the next person that's going to invest in your life in a major way. You don't know who is waiting on what you already have. You don't know who is literally praying that you are an answered prayer. Listen, emotionally, physically, and mentally, that's where your wealth is. Listen, financially, that's where your wealth is. God does not want us to be broke because we are designed to live in a wealthy place. Listen here, we don't have to wait to leave this earth to be a part of mansions. And when God speaks of that, he speaks of that for a reason, because he said it should be done as in heaven as it is on earth. So we don't have to wait. You can declare and decree, make the proper steps in your life to have exactly every single thing that you have been desiring. It's going to take hard work. I'm not going to tell you that. It's going to take a lot of tears. It's not going to feel like you're chosen. It's not going to feel like, oh my goodness, this is it all the time. But when I tell you, if you stick this thing out, I told you all my story 12 years ago, not 12 years ago, in 2012, I lost it all again. You heard what I said, again. But I chose to become my best self at what was supposed to be, what was deemed as one of my worst moments, right? In that season of your life, wherever you are in your life, even if it doesn't feel like it, we have a choice to make. And yeah, you might cry, you might fall on the floor and roll over, but get back up. The Bible tells us to get back up. Try it again, because he is willing and waiting to be able to take you to that next place. One of my coaches, Marsha Daniel, said the other day, listen, if you are at a point where you don't know how to do it, that's when God is giving you the opportunity for him to do it for you. Let me say that once again. If you're frustrated and you're getting anxiety and you're starting to stress over what's the next move, that's God's way of giving you an opportunity for him to handle it for you. And yeah, it don't feel like it, because when I tell you, it's like, what do I do next? What's the next move? How do I get this to shift? We have certain seasons in our lives that we have to be in still position. We have certain seasons in our lives that we must listen to the directions of the Lord. We have certain seasons of our lives that we must go forth and be able to plant seeds of faith. That's right. You heard what I said. Plant seeds of faith. Blessings, Dr. Carolyn Queen. Blessings, Pastor Cynthia Roberts. We have seasons in our lives that God is taking you to that level, even when it's on the external side, it doesn't look like it or feel like it. But he's waiting on your faith to be able to invest in that time when you did not have, to be able to learn that discipline when you felt like I don't have another shift in me, when you're willing to go on that extra mile and do that extra time that you can put in for him, when you're like, listen here, I need a daily regimen. Listen here, this book, God does not want you to be broke. One of my stories on when I lost it all and how God totally brought it all back, it's in these pages, and it's so many women on here, dynamic women that are powerful, that are living in the results. You know, this is the season of the manifestations. This is the seasons where you will have the blueprint. You will have the evidence of what he has been telling you for years. These are the days in which your great-grandparents have been waiting on. I am a two-time best-selling author, part of a collaboration. Here I am in the corner. They just came in hot off the press. There you see me, Nekia Foxx, right there in that corner. God does not want you to be broke physically, mentally, emotionally, financially. He's declared wealth to be our portion. He's declared overflow to be our portion. He's declared, that's right, peace to be our portion. Listen here, when I can tell you that your peace is powerful, when you're in a position of peace, that's why the enemy comes to steal your peace all the time. When you're in, thank you, Gina, blessings, teammate, blessings, Evelyn, hey, family. When you're in a position of peace, you're now in a posture to start creating a level of momentum to get your life to going in the direction that you know you are to be in, to be able to have the things. Because listen here, it's not about acquiring, but when you acquire with the intent to help others, he will give you even the more. He says when you are willing to be able to be a good steward over the small things, when you're willing to have humility when you could have took the high road, when you're willing to say it was not my might, but it was his, he did it. He was able to transform it for me. God will show you that he owns it all. Listen, our Father owns it all. And you guys, this book, God does not want you to be broke, just came in the mail. It just came straight off the press. We're ready to get these out to you. You can go to my website, NekiaFoxx.com. That is NekiaFoxx.com. You guys, I am day number 29 to the pageant in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. That's right, blessings, Ernestine. I am at day number 29. It's less than 30 days to the pageant. That's right, Miss Ernestine. You can go on the website at NekiaFoxx.com. Right now, they just came in the mail. Just got it off the press. It'll say pre-sale, but they're here now. They're right here. We're going to get these shipped out for you. So just click the link and order your copy, and I'll have those shipped out to you immediately. Listen here. I am less than 30 days away from the pageant of Miss Florida, running for Miss Black America. Listen, this is more than just a title for me. This is an opportunity for me to be able to get out to the world that, listen here, to hear the stories of, listen, I used to be broken, dealt with massive depression, hid behind success for years, but listen here, victory is mine. Listen here, victory is yours when the Lord shows you that I can allow you to breeze through the things that were supposed to take you out. The very thing that used to trouble you are now the things that you have learned how to master. The very areas in which the enemy used against you is what he's now using for you to connect with so many across the world. Listen here, this platform means more than a title. It's an opportunity to show representation of what God is talking about. I'm so humble, and no, I'm not perfect, but I tell you, I don't quit. When I tell you, I thank God for allowing me to have the spirit of determination like never before. I thank God to be able to inspire somebody that, listen here, when it looked like you've lost it all, he was just setting the place and the foundation to show up in your life and give you overflow. He was just setting the foundation for your life. Listen, you cannot build a home on just any kind of ground. You got to survey that thing out. You got to make sure that foundation can be solid. Listen, you are as big as your foundation, even with your faith. What is your faith built on? And when your faith gets all the way where you have to go deep to say, listen here, I'm at my worst, but I'm willing to believe, is when God says, oh, you're ready. That's when the Lord says, oh, you're ready. You're at what's supposed to be your breakdown, and you're like, listen here, I know my breakthrough is right around the corner. Oh, yeah, you're ready. I'm so serious, Rashonda. Listen here. We are in a season where, yes, the testing has been real. Even when it looks like you're making progress, it seems like, well, why is it not like I've crossed over into the glory phase? I know one of my coaches, Dr. Marshawn Daniels, Evans Daniels, would say, listen here, you have to leap from where you currently are to go into that glory phase. And that level of leap is not connected. That means that you have to cross over into an uncharted territories. You have to cross over into the unknown season of your life. That means that normally you're not going to have in your bank account what you need. That means that normally you're not going to have all of the pieces in place, because that's when he steps in. Listen here. When we need a miracle in our lives, it has to look like the complete opposite. When we need to classify and deem something as a miracle, that means that your situation has to look like the complete opposite. So he's setting up the stage for him to literally bless your life so that everybody around can be like, I know that was nobody but God. Listen here, when I was in the hospital several times with my father that was literally dealing with heart failure, and when the doctors would tell me, listen here, he's not going to make it overnight. It's a 10% chance of him making it. It was hard for me to take that in, because a lot of times I was there alone because I literally wanted to set the tone for his recovery. Because when you are in a vulnerable state, you need to make sure you have prayer warriors around you. When you're in a vulnerable state, you need to make sure you have true believers around you. When you're in a vulnerable state and it looks like it's the complete opposite, you better make sure you have somebody that can look at you at what's supposed to be your worst moment and say, this is your strongest moment. I know, listen here, when it looks like it's defeat has taken you, that's when somebody you need to have. You can't have everybody around you when you're at a vulnerable moment. You need a warrior around you to say, I speak life over you. You will live and not die. I understand what they're saying and I do not receive it, because at the end of the day, God has the last word. But you need people around you in that same critical hour when we're going through seasons of birthing out the very thing that we are set on this earth to do. You need people around you when it looks like the phone call's not coming in, when it looks like, oh, the money is running low, and it looks like the accounts are going negative, but you still trusting God because you're saying, the Lord told me I got to get this in place. I don't know when I'm going to get the money back, but I got to get this in place I don't know when it's going to happen, but I got to get this in place. And that requires you to do when you don't have. Because in this hour, when that thing all rolls back around, it's all about the seeds that you were willing to plant in faith. It's all about the environment that you were willing to plant yourself in faith. It was all about the people that you knew that was able to speak life into when that thing looked like the complete opposite. And I would speak life into my dad's ears, and I would tell the nurses, you put this CD on. I got a whole case full of batteries over here. Listen, when the CD, because he's in the ICU critical now, 10% chance every single time he has congestive heart failure. His injection fractures going, it's 15%. They can't believe he's living. Listen here, but I'm speaking life. Listen here, I know my dad will be transformed. I know my dad will get his peace. I know my dad will be able to, listen here, if he does not walk up out of here, it's because the Lord says all is well. Listen here, you need people to be able to speak to you when they tell you you need to call the family. You need to call the family in, because this looks like it. You need people that can speak life to you and don't allow others to come in there slobbing and crying and taking pictures when you still fighting for your life. You need to be able to use wisdom in that season, that you can have people around you that know how to spiritually bring that thing back forth when that thing look like it's dying. I'm trying to talk to you. You need people around you that literally they're visionaries, because visionaries are able to see what is not present, right? Visionaries are willing to speak when it is not seen yet. Visionaries are willing to walk where they don't know where the next step. They're willing to go. That's the people you need around you, not people that's all about a feeling. Because when it's about a feeling, you'll get wrapped up in your emotions, and the enemy will come in and get in your mind, and you'll literally give up and release the very thing that you was right there at that point from getting your miracle. I'm trying to tell you from sheer experience. I would speak life. I said, you put these batteries in this headphone set, and you play this over and over and over again. I went to the CD man and had them customize a CD that spoke nothing but life, because I need to shift the atmosphere. And I know he might not be speaking right now, but I know he can hear. And I know if I set the tone in this room, all shall be well. And I know that even though they're saying this, God's going to show up every single time. And I would write on that board, I would write positive affirmations on that wall. And I would tell the nurses, please leave I need you to leave these curtains. Because I need him to be able to see out when he wakes up. I need you to make sure that nobody comes in this room. And I need you to understand those are orders That's not asking. Those are orders, because I will be here part of staff if that cannot be done, because I'm speaking life and I'm willing to shift the atmosphere when it looks like it's all over, right? You got to have somebody that's willing to stand in the paint for you when it looks like that thing is gone. You got to be willing to have somebody to talk crazy to you, crazy faith, when that thing look like I'm so tired. No, you are going to live. And I need you to understand that your dreams are going to come true. And I need you to understand that I know you are tired, and I know you've been working towards this thing. And I understand that it seems like funds are low. And I understand that it seems like the provisions are winding down. And I understand it looks like the phone calls are not coming in. The contracts are not coming in. But I need you to stand on that same dream with that same enthusiasm you told me when you first dreamt it. I need you to be able to believe that thing today, just like you believed it when you first said it to the person next to you. I need you to feel that thing, because we got to understand, we be talking to so many people that are not believers in reference to, they're not visionaries. Their faith is not built up yet. Faith is like a muscle, and God will take you through so many situations that will require you to build your muscle. And we must embrace those painful moments when our muscle is just like working out. That thing is going to hurt, but you better not put that bar down. You absolutely better not. You better get them reps in, because you know that final goal, right? The same thing it requires when you're speaking life into your dreams and over your household and over the people that are connected to you. You better not say the opposite. You better speak life into them and into that situation. And I would speak life over my father. And I would not let anybody, I don't care who they was, even if it was family. You got to, because the Bible says you must be willing to forsake all when you are on assignment. Listen here. Because so many people, see, that's when you get that personalized training. The enemy will use anybody, and you must be willing to forsake all, because the bottom line is you are there on assignment to birth this thing through. You are there on assignment to speak life in that person's ear, to be able to monitor the atmosphere when nobody is around. You are there to shift this thing when the doctor says a 10% chance, call everybody in. You are there to be able to set the tone for his deliverance and his recovery, right? See, through those situations and that whole entire process of 4 years of going to numerous, nobody knew I was going through that, right? Nobody knew, but God was mentally preparing me to have a mental level of agility to believe what I wanted to believe, regardless of what it felt like. And no, it does not feel good. I'm not going to tell you that thing feels good. Yes, your faith is going to be tested. But if you don't have anybody around you that can be a faith walker like that, you better be able to write it down in a book, so when that time comes, you can be able to read your own words. You better be able to understand that when you got to shut this thing down and go into your own private zone, because I'm known for shutting it down. Because when I need to get my clarity, listen, it is nothing more precious than your peace and your clarity. Because when you have clarity, it eliminates confusion. And when you have no confusion in your life, that creates momentum and movement. And God is about movement and multiplication. And listen, see, those are the things that we got to understand about this. Listen, when they were in the hospital and they were saying all those things, and I could not call the family, because we will not do that. Even till when my father finally passed 4 years later, when I came and had to drive that long drive by myself to be able to keep my mind, they were like, the nurses were like, how are you so calm? Because all is well. He's been delivered. He's at peace, and he was at peace, smiling. And if you look at him, you can see he was at peace. All is well, because this is not the end. See, that's how you have to be when you're on assignment. So when you know you've given all that you needed to give, you can be at peace. And God will give you another level of strength to be able to endure what was supposed to be your breakdown moment. Listen, we're all in this together. So this platform, in reference to being Miss Florida, is not about the sash of it all. Yes, it's beautiful, but it's about me being able to help somebody else and speak life into somebody else's ear when they're at their lowest. See, when people were like, well, you became an ordained chaplain, I said the same thing. But I understand understood through that experience of being in the hospitals and seeing people in and out, and nobody coming to visit them, and nobody speaking life to them when they getting critical news, and nobody being able to shift their atmosphere, and I didn't know that was aligning me up for my purpose later on. I didn't know that those critical hours when I had to literally be able to do those things was preparing me for things in the future that I never even saw and never would have signed up for. You're going through things that is preparing you for a whole nother platform later on. You're going through things that is setting the tone and the precedence to be able to teach your spirit how to react and respond, and not to react and respond. You're going through a season that's designed to bring out the best in the warrior in you. So if you are currently in that place right now, I want to tell you, you're coming out of it because you're already out of it. It's a choice. We choose what we focus on. We choose what we focus on. You heard what I said. We choose what we focus on. And sometimes you might forget. But I want you during your strong seasons to put the word in your belly. Because when that thing in your spirit gets weak, only what's in is going to come out. So that's when the only thing that helps shift your mind is what you already got in there. When you really need it, you don't have time to go get nothing, because it has to be what is already in there. That's why he says, you got to know the word for yourself. Right? You got to know the word, and you got to know personally that personal relationship when he shifts that thing every time. And you got to remind yourself, but that's based on what's already in you. So that's why I'm telling you today, it's bigger than a platform. And I thank each and every person that has partnered, especially all of you all that are on the lives. Thank you that have partnered up with me becoming Miss Black America. That's what I am in position to be going after the crown. It is just not about a sash. It is about, this is bigger than me. I want to be able to inspire whoever I'm supposed to and assigned to inspire. I'm willing to speak life into whomever, because listen, it could have been me. Listen, when I was on the 4th floor of the building trying to jump, listen, it could have been me. Listen, when they said she done lost her mind, it could have been me. Listen, I'm telling you from sheer experience. So when you see the pretty pictures and the other sides of things, I'm the one that I'm willing to tell you the raw and the ugly that most are not willing to talk about. Let's talk about depression disorders. And that's right, depression disorders and being different, being counted out. Let's talk about all those things that everybody want to act like does not exist. Let's talk about all that, because I literally lived in it and thrived in it, which ended up making the situation even more brutal at the end, because we got to release this thing. That's why my platform is Nekia Foxx, the transformation place. It was bigger than it started in the salon at the chair, and how I transformed women in the salon chair, and how they would come back for not just their hair, they would come back to get a word, to be able to feel better. And then it took it to let me become a speaker and a coach. And then I seen how I was able to help clients be able to transform their ideas and be able to speak life and give them strategy by being a visionary on how to get this thing done. Then it took it on to so many other platforms. And I know in this construction world, when I get on those job sites with all these men, I know I'm going to change households, right? See, this thing is bigger than me. Listen, all of those situations was preparing me for every single thing that I would see, and the same is happening for you. If you are in the midst of the fire season of your life, I'm going to tell you right now, you will not smell like smoke. You won't even look like it ever happened. And if you look like you've ever lost anything through your transition, the Lord is going to bless you back tenfold with even the more. And I want you to believe that. Listen, everything that was ever taken or stolen or taken away from me during that process, he gave it to me tenfold, everything back plus some more. And he will always reward those for their due diligence, because he said it's not about the one that's willing to do it swiftly, not quick, but the one that's willing to endure to the end. So even when you fall down, you get back up. Even when you make a bad choice, you try your best to make a better one the next time. Even when it looks like you failed, that fail is not a fail if it's a lesson. If you've learned your lesson, you have served your purpose. You all, I thought I was going to be on here real quick talking about this amazing book, God Does Not Want You to Be Broke. This is my second best-selling book that just came hot off the press, you all. This is our season. of greater. And I need you to believe that. Look me in my eyes. This is your season of overflow. God is going to, by the end of this year, the Lord is going to bless your life like never before. He's going to turn every single thing that looked like opposition into favor. He's going to literally tenfold flip that thing all the way around. We're in harvest season right now. So that's why the stretching, that's why the pressure, that's why the level of, he was allowing us to gain a level of capacity that we need for this next season. Listen, I had to ask myself the level of overhead that I have every single month, not knowing how it's going to get paid. And when it looks like these accounts are going up and up, I trust the Lord. And no, it does not feel comfortable. But if I want to be a multi-millionaire, listen, pressure is just the prepping. Pressure is just the prepping for the things. We have it has to be your norm in reference to what are the things and how do you choose to go about dealing with certain things. And he don't want to take you out of here, so he must get you accustomed to being able to deal with a certain type of load, right? So when we see these things stretching us, and when God is allowing us to acquire more, and we don't know how we're going to, I guarantee you won't miss it. I guarantee you won't miss the payment. I guarantee those very things that you ordered, that he told you to order, but it didn't look like you could. Now that you need it, you're like, I'm so glad I followed. I'm so glad I followed. I'm so glad I was obedient. I'm so glad I listened. I'm so glad when it looked like I needed 25 and only had 5. I'm so glad. Listen here. Listen, this is a faith walk. This pageant is a faith walk. It requires a lot. And listen, it's a beautiful experience because it's allowing me to be able to shift even the more in ways. Listen, it's hard for me to ask people for anything. And when I say I need help, I'm like, listen, if you have not contributed, donated, I don't care if it's $5, $10, $25, $50, $100, $1,000, I appreciate all of it, because all of it is going to getting me to the place that I can have an opportunity to expand the platform to help those all across the world. And that's just my only goal. Lord, allow me to be used to be able to be a vessel that you can be able to trust to go into places, to speak to anybody from any level in any walk of life. That's right, because it's not about a dollar. It's about the heart, and it's souls that need to be saved, and it's hearts that are in dying need of being healed. And listen, here at the Transformation Place, I'm willing to do whatever I need to do based on all those experiences. You know, when it looks like you're going through so much and it's like, oh Lord, why am I going through so much? Now when I'm able to talk to people, it's like it all makes sense. Now when I'm able to say, you know what, when that happened to me, this X, Y, and Z, listen, now it all makes sense why all of that has ever happened to you in your life. Let me give you a small revelation that I got this weekend, that we all know it. But you were chosen for that hurt. You were chosen for that rejection. You were customized and chosen to go through that season in your life. You were chosen to be the one to walk that path that hurts so bad, because God says, I'm going to literally turn this all around for your good with interest. He says, because if you are able to hurt on that level, you can now be able to heal on a level that most don't have the opportunity to be able to heal on. Because healing allows you to gain more, inward and outward. Healing allows you to gain the capacity to give grace. That means that you can go and deal with more involvement with people that you normally before would trigger you. Now God bless you. Blessings. That's the blessings. Listen, because it's not worth that energy. Listen, when you've gotten to the point that you literally have dealt with your mental of your mind for so long, you will literally be like, blessings, because I'm not giving you that. Listen, I need that energy for other things and other people. Blessings to you. Listen, blessings. And no, it's not that it's not going to hurt or offend you, but we have to master. And only the way to master is if we encounter it. I gotta see it in order to deal with it. That's just like I tell people, I've been single the majority of my life. Listen, but only until I'm in involvement with others is when I'm able to deal with myself on levels that I don't have the opportunity to deal with when I'm by myself. See, when you look at it from that point of view, it changes things. When you look at it as this is my classroom right now, and I'm going to use this situation and this person to grow. I'm going to use this situation and this person to be able to make a better decision. I'm going to be able to use this situation and this person to master this X, Y, and Z, whatever that is in your life. See, when we look at it as an opportunity instead of opposition is when we can get blessed. You guys, I got to head on out, but when I tell you this is your season, for those that are ready to get your copy of God Does Not Want You to Be Broke, this is the second best-selling book that I am a part of, and I'm so grateful to be a best-selling author ×2. You can go to my website at www.nekiafoxx.com. I'm only speaking from sheer experience because that's all I can speak from. Listen, if he can do it for me, he can do it for you. Listen, in the dark room is only victory when you find out that you was the light the whole time. That's the beauty of it. When you figure out that you was the light the whole time, then you can go in any dark place because you the light, honey. You are the light. You are the gift. That's that epiphany that changes the whole thing. You are the prize, honey. That's right. When you figure out that you're the prize, you're the gift, you're the light, you have what the world has been needing. You and not one person is made duplicated. So only you can do what you was born to do with your one life that you get to live. Because you know my motto from here on out is make it all count. Let's make this thing count. There is no set time or perspective time for nobody. Make your life count. Make your life count. So those, you can go to NekiaFoxx.com to get your copy of God Does Not Want You to Be Broken. I just want to add in there mentally, financially, emotionally, every aspect, or physically broke, meaning unhealthy. Every aspect, he does not want you to be broke. He wants you to live in your abundance, which everything you need is already in the inside of you. For those that have been waiting to partner up, listen here, we're in the finalization phase. Please go on my website as well, NekiaFoxx.com. You can see the sponsorship button. You can click as many 25s as you want to click. I appreciate it. I'm doing my best to be able to represent Florida to my best ability, to be able to get this platform and to be able to share God's world across the world, to be able to share deliverance and to be able to help others deal with things that people are not willing to address. Listen here, we're in this together. So wave, happy Tuesday. God bless you. Thank you for the donations. Thank you for the prayers. Thank you for the support, each and every person that has partnered up. Thank you for those that did not have but wanted to give. Thank you so much in so many ways. Listen here, it's something on my website that I know somebody can be able to utilize. That's the thing that I thrive in reference to. I want to do my best to help whomever in multiple ways, however you need the assistance. Even if it's online courses, I have online courses as well on NekiaFoxx.com. If you're trying to start a business, if you're ready to take your business to the next level, if you're trying to figure out the systems to be able to work for you while you sleep, listen, all of those courses, and I will be uploading the next course in the next week. Listen, it's our season, and I hope I was able to get out what I was deemed to be able to get out today. And I'm going to go to my next appointment. But I tell you, this is your season of greater. This is your season of overflow. We are in harvest season. So the seeds that you planted that looked like was never coming out the ground has just shot up. So get ready to harvest all the blessings that God generationally, that the ones before you have planted. Listen, get ready to set the tone for generationally the ones after you. Get ready to leave a legacy on this earth that when they hear your name, because see, the Bible tells us the name it's very powerful. Listen, what when they say your name, would they say? We want to live a life that your name speaks for you. That's what we want to do. We want to live a life that your name speaks for you. That's what we should be doing, to do our best to be our best, and that's all we can do. So God bless you all once again. For those that are following, I'm going to have my assistant put this on the website, on YouTube, for those that want to be able to send it to friends and share. It'll be on Facebook as well. Connect with me on YouTube at Nekia Foxx. Connect with me, of course, on every single outlet, Twitter, Instagram, every single outlet, Facebook, LinkedIn. It's just straight up the same thing, Nekia Foxx. Listen here, if I'm able to help you in any way, please let me know. I have several ways to be able to assist. So God bless you. If you want to email me, it's info@nekiafoxx.com. Listen here, this platform, the Nekia Foxx, and I showed you all last week that yes, our foundation is now live. So the transformation place is called the Transformation Place Foundation Incorporated is now live. So I will now be able to help so many others on another level, because see, a lot of people that need the help don't have the money, and I want to be able to be effective. And it's hard to be effective when you're worrying about how the things are going to get done. So I know the Lord is sending so many people to partner up with me to be able to help those that are in need, from the children to their families to the ones incarcerated getting out. I am going to we're setting up the plan to be able to help you in a way to be able to transform your life from the inside out, despite whatever it was in the past. Listen here, we are also now officially trademarked. So Nekia Foxx, the Transformation Place, is now officially trademarked. So you'll see plenty of products and services coming out that it is now official, that I can move forward on a lot of things because the trademark is finished. So you guys, listen, this is bigger than us. It's so bigger than us. And be willing to invest when it doesn't look like you have what it is that you need to invest. But I guarantee you, I told you guys that story before, when I only had, I think it was $1,200 in my account about 7 years ago, and I invested in my first online course for $9.97. It wasn't even the course that changed my life. It was me being able to be willing to invest in myself during a season that thought I did not have. That the Lord allowed me to connect to the next season of my life, that if I would not have pressed the button, it would not have given me access to. Because what I've learned from going to conferences, spending thousands of dollars, meeting so many millionaires, that this is the thing. No one, it's all about the movement and continuance. You start with the plan. You start with one thing, and God starts adding on, and then he adds on. That's why, just like the man with the gifts, and he adds on some more and some more. And listen here, the only difference from you, me, or them is we got to get crazy serious about this thing. You got to eat, sleep, and breathe your dream. When you have that level of intensity about the things that you know you are to do, is when you shift in a gear that you've never seen before. It's when you don't even recognize yourself before. Again, that's when you literally have recreated a being that is now set in place to receive and be able to help on another level. Listen here, the kingdom will fund the kingdom, and that's the last thing I'm going to say. Are you going to be one of the kingdom candidates that get to fund the kingdom? Because the kingdom, the Bible declares that the kingdom will fund the kingdom. Are you in place for generational wealth, to be able to help out of the essence and outpour out of a place that you don't even have to worry about getting anything back from it? Are you willing to receive on that level so that you can be effective in ways that you've always dreamed of? I dream of having so much money so I can give and help on a level that I don't have to worry about nothing. That's why I want. So I can help others. That's why I want. Listen, I live a simple life. Most people will tell you she always home. Most people will tell you, listen, I live a very simplistic life, because one thing I understood after losing it all and gaining, the Bible says a simple life is a blessed life. And I used to be a compulsive shopper at one time. And listen, when I looked at, after mold had hit one of my homes and everything just literally had to end up on the side of the road, is when I looked at all my money on the side of the road. All my money on the side of the road. And I looked at all of these things I have to leave and put in the trash. And what do I have to show for this? So I want to learn how to be such a good steward of what God has given me, to the point that it multiplies, and not that my hand is like this. My hand can be like this, so I'm able to keep Not so it can fall through, because that's how we get money and it go right back out our hands. No, we need to be able to be in a posture that you can keep what he gives and you can multiply it over and over and over again. And that takes discipline, that takes wisdom, and that takes a level of insight to the things in which we need to learn, because the Bible tells us people perish by the lack of understanding. We got to be willing to learn, to grow, to place ourselves in atmospheres where we're able to have access to things that the generations before us never thought they could, right? So God bless you all. Once again, I'm Nekia Foxx. For those that are joining the replay, I'm Nekia Foxx from Nekia Foxx & Company, where I help amazing men and women transform from the inside out. And fellas, I'm coming for you, because I've had so many men lately say, listen here, can you help me? Listen, no, I'm not a man, but I deal with a lot of men. So I tell you this, I've seen so many be able to just need the proper tools to be able to adjust the mindset, to be able to choose differently, react differently, and do differently. God bless you all and have an amazing day. Once again, I'm your Miss Florida 2019. I'm 29 days away from going to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Thank you for telling your friends. I'm looking for a major sponsorship from at least 2 corporate companies. If you have a business and you would like to be a corporate sponsor, the ads is only $2.95. Please inbox me. I'm grateful for your support. Share it to somebody that is already a business owner. Listen here, it is going towards one of the most genuine causes that I can say. The money is going to use specifically for this pageant. I have multiple streams for other things, but this is going for the pageant. And I thank you in advance for allowing me to be your representation for Florida 2019 as Miss Florida, going for the crown as Miss Black America 2019. And next year, literally the winner is able to go to Miss Black, I think it's World or Universe in Jamaica, to be able to represent globally on another level. When I tell you guys, this thing is massive. I thank you in advance. I thank God for allowing me this opportunity, because I never would have thought. So God bless you all and enjoy the rest of your day. I'm sorry if I wasn't able to read while I was speaking, but I know that I'll go back through the threads. God bless you all and have an amazing day. Everything